Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Superhero Gamer, and today we're doing a full breakdown of Aquaman, the newest legendary tank in DC Worlds Collide. We'll cover his kit, gear builds, team synergies, strengths, weaknesses, PvP and PvE performance, and whether or not he might work outside of his main team. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss my guides, reviews, or banner breakdowns. And don't forget, I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. EST if you want to come hang out live. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at is Aquaman's kit. For his ultimate, Aquaman launches into a wave attack, hitting an entire enemy row for 150% of his attack as physical damage, and he gains 1 stack of shelter. At level 2, this is going to increase to 165%, and the enemies gain exhaustion. And at level 3, the damage is increased to 190%, and he will also give the entire front row a stack of shelter. For his basic attack, he's going to stab a single enemy for 100% of his attack, and apply 1 stack of Frostbite. At level 2, this damage is going to be increased to 150%, and at level 3, this damage is going to be increased to 175%. Up next, we have School of Fish, which is his passive. When an ally drops below 40% HP, Aquaman is going to protect them until their next turn with School of Fish. While they are protected by School of Fish, they also will apply Frostbite if they attack. At level 2, Aquaman also gains School of Fish after applying it to somebody else, and at level 3, the School of Fish will cleanse all debuffs when it's triggered. For his second passive, Merciful Sea, whenever an ally sacrifices HP, they are immediately healed for 50% of the amount that they lost. At level 2, this is going to increase to 75%, and at level 3, this is going to remove the usage limit on the ability. At level 1, this ability can only be procced 5 times, but when you get Aquaman to rank 10 and unlock the level 3, it will remove this limit from the ability. And for his last ability, at the start of his turn, allies above 65% gain strong attack for 2 turns, and allies below 65% HP are healed by 15% max HP. If Aquaman is paired with Mera at the time, Aquaman will also copy any of the buffs that Mera gains. Now let's go ahead and take a look at his badge. So at level 10, School of Fish now applies 1 stack of strong attack on their targets that lasts for 2 turns. At level 20, School of Fish also applies 2 stacks of Recuperate on its target and lasts for 2 turns. And at level 30, at the start of battle, if Aquaman is in the front row, he will apply School of Fish to his front row ally. If this is Mera, he will also copy School of Fish onto himself. Now let's go into some gear recommendations. Aquaman is a tank / support hybrid character, so defensive builds are going to come first. Your primary set is going to be a 4 HP set. This is going to boost his survivability and improve his healing output. And a 2-piece block set that adds more bulk and damage mitigation for Aquaman. His alternative builds are pretty unique. If you want Aquaman to go first and apply his buffs at the beginning of the fight, you're going to run 4 speed and 2 HP. This is going to keep him tanky while being able to cycle his turns a little bit faster. And for the utility build, we are going to go with a 2 HP, 2 block, and 2 speed. This is going to be great for PvP where turn order can make or break fights for you. Your ultimate goal when it comes to building out Aquaman's gear is keep Aquaman alive as long as possible. The longer he's standing, the stronger your whole team becomes. Now, as for Aquaman's artifacts, I like the Atlantean helmet on him. It's really good. Basically, when using an ultimate for the first time, he's going to heal for 30% of his max HP, and he's going to bestow 2 stacks of sturdy armor onto himself. And then at level 2, when triggered, it's going to cleanse 2 types of debuffs and bestows 2 stacks of cloak on himself. And then at level 3, he is going to cleanse 4 types of debuffs, and he's going to heal himself for 5% of his max HP. The next thing here is going to be the reflection enhancement. At the start of battle, the wearer's HP is going to increase by 15,000, and then at level 2, additionally increases reflection by 5%, and then at level 3, reflection is increased to 10%, and HP is increased by 45,000. Another one I kind of like on him is Bane's Venom. When the wielder's HP drops below 25% for the first time, they are healed for 20% of their max HP. This just keeps him alive a little bit longer and allows him to apply more healing to himself to keep himself alive. And then at level 2, when triggered, he additionally gains 2 stacks of Recuperate for 2 rounds. And then at level 3, the healed amount is increased by 35%, and Recuperate is increased to 3 stacks. So the Bane's Venom can be a really good tool if you find Aquaman dying quite a bit and you just want to keep him alive a lot longer. This is really going to help him out right here. Now, the next one I want to talk about is Screwdriver Helmet. I think this one's going to be pretty decent on him. Basically, when Aquaman's HP drops below 50%, this is going to activate and grant him invulnerable until his next turn. So that's pretty good. Another way to just keep him alive a little bit longer. At level 2, if the user is attacked while he's invulnerable, the Screwdriver Helmet inflicts 1 stack of Fragile on the attacker. That lasts for the rest of the battle. This isn't really helpful, considering I think everybody on the team does superpower damage except for Mera. So this part right here is not really too useful. And then at level 3, if the user is attacked while invulnerable, the Screwdriver Helmet also inflicts 3 stacks of slow for 1 turn on the attacker. This is pretty good to slow down your opponent a little bit. And then for your free-to-play options, you got the Enhanced Sphere of Green, which is going to increase his defense. You also have the Enhanced Sphere of Blue. If you want a little bit more block rate on him, you go ahead and equip this one. And then the Enhanced Sphere of Pink. This one's just going to increase his HP, which makes him a little bit tankier. Now, as for the best synergies for Aquaman, Aquaman is the core tank of the Sacrifice team. Here's the ideal lineup: Mera, Pandora, Constantine, Dr. Fate, and Aquaman. Now, why this is important. Mera is going to be a frontline bruiser who applies armor break plus frostbite. Aquaman is also going to share the buffs that she gains. Pandora sacrifices HP to heal allies and shields allies. Her sustain is amplified by Aquaman's passives. Constantine drains HP to empower allies with strong attack and shelter. Aquaman will be able to patch these characters' HP back up after they have sacrificed HP. And Dr. Fate is an AoE nuker who consumes ally HP for massive damage. Aquaman keeps him safe and scaling higher in damage. This team is built entirely around sacrificing HP and then recovering it, and Aquaman makes this playstyle very viable. So what are Aquaman's strengths? Well, his durability is going to be one of them. He is tanky with the shelter, healing, and debuff cleanses. His synergy is also great. He is perfectly designed to fit right into the Sacrifice team. He is a buff/sustain engine. His badge adds strong attack, recuperate, and healing to School of Fish. He also has a little bit of debuff utility. He's going to apply Frostbite, Exhaustion, and he's going to cleanse debuffs at higher levels. In PvP, he is going to be a monster. Arena and Elite Arena, he's going to dominate thanks to his sustain and scaling. Now, as for his weaknesses, he's a little bit synergy locked. He's only a must build if you're running the Sacrifice team. He has a very high investment. Being a legendary means he's going to be expensive, especially on your 8th metals. He also has a slower playstyle. He's focused on sustain and scaling and not really for fast burst. This team is going to be very susceptible to burst vulnerability. They can lose to high damage AoE before heals and shields are able to kick in, so make sure you're careful with that. And he's not very free-to-play friendly. He's going to be hard to recommend outside of his main team comp, considering we don't have enough characters to run the Frostbite team yet, and I don't really think he fits anywhere else right now. Now, his performance in PvP and PvE. In Arena and Elite Arena, he's one of the strongest tanks available. His sustain and shelter make fights grindy, which favors the Sacrifice team. He's going to pair well with Mera and Fate for brutal PvP comps. And in PvE, he's going to be a great sustain tank for longer stages, bosses, and even crisis content. Do keep in mind he is going to struggle against high burst PvE encounters or against healing reduction mechanics, so poison, and he's going to work best in a full sacrifice team. He's going to be less effective standalone, but I still think he is a great tank even if he's not on the sacrifice team. Other team potentials. Aquaman is clearly built for the sacrifice team. That's where he shines the most, but I also want to test him in 2 other setups. The block team, his shelter and durability could make him a natural fit alongside Ocean Master, though we need to see if his kit actually adds enough block synergy to be justified in putting in a slot. And then another one that we're thinking about is the Frostbite team. Since Aquaman applies Frostbite in both his basic and School of Fish, he may provide extra value in the Frostbite focused lineup. I'll be testing him there to see if he's able to push the comp into viability. However, I still feel that they are missing a character or 2 for the Frostbite team to actually be viable right now. Once I've done those tests and more characters are released, I'll update you guys with a follow-up video on whether Aquaman is flexible beyond the sacrifice team. Now, my final thoughts for Aquaman. Aquaman is going to be a meta-defining tank for the sacrifice team. He ties together really well with Mera, Pandora, Constantine, and Dr. Fate into a sustained heavy comp that drains HP for buffs and then bounces back with healing and shields. If you're building the sacrifice team, Aquaman is going to be a must pull and a must build. If not, he's more of a luxury pull than a universal tank. He's still strong, but not much of a plug and play as like some of the other characters in the game. Like Lex is more of like a flex tank, as where I don't think Aquaman is really capable of flexing into every single team. I do think he will work good on certain teams, but he's not really a plug and play character. And that's my full guide on Aquaman in DC Worlds Collide. Will you guys be summoning on the Aquaman banner or saving your gems? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think of Aquaman as a character in whole. Are you going to be using him in the sacrifice team? Maybe you have some other ideas on where to slot him at. I'd love to know down in the comments below. And if this guide helped you out, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of my future guides, banner breakdowns, or team builds. Again, I also stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. EST, so come hang out live. And the Discord is now activated, so if you guys want to join the Discord and join the community and hang out with a bunch of great people and get help with your account or recommendations on what you should be doing, come join the Discord. The link will be in the description and posted as a pin in the first comment. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your summons.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay.